Welcome to the Naturally Stupid podcast with
AJ and Sam.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Naturally Stupid podcast with AJ and Sam. And today we're doing ghost encounters again. Sorry about it. Suck it the fuck up, bitches. But this time we're actually bringing it, we're bringing it, guys. Don't worry about it. No, we're going to tell you guys the stories, of like separate times we were spooked. Yup. And we're spooked. We're always spooked. We're in the spooky room. I'm looking in the corner every fucking time I fucking say it because I'm expected to see this silhouette sitting there. Thank you for that, bitch. Biatch. If my dad listened to that, he'd understand that. Biatch. Why are you so quiet?
I don't know.
You're spooked? Are you spooked?
I don't know.
Question. Are you spook? Are you spook? That is the question. To spook or not to spook. Oh my god, side note. Okay, that's Shakespeare, right? I'm not tripping. Did you know Shakespeare created the name Jessica?
Wait.
Okay, this is supposed to be Ghost Encounters, but I brought up Shakespeare and shit. He made the name Jessica. Badass.
Beyond?
And beyond. Like, I learned this from Snapple. So it could be BS, but I believe it. It's fucking whack.
Shakespeare created the name Jessica, verified by Snapple.
Guys, don't worry, it's verified by Snapple.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry for that tangent, but I just remembered that shit. And now I know, okay, another thing I know, now I know Barbie's real name. And Ken. Yeah. Her fucking middle name is Millicent.
Wait, stop. We're supposed to be doing ghost stories.
Barbara Millicent Roberts and Kenneth Sean Carson.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
His last name is Carson.
Yeah. That's the thing you took.
His last name Carson. Like, I'm. You know what? Can we go back to our
Let's
ghost stories?
move on. I'm sorry for that tangent, but I had to say that shit. And I got probably a bunch of random useless trivia Snapple facts up in here.
That could be a video in itself.
Let us know if you want a video or a podcast about stupid shit that's in AJ's brain from Snapple. I'll do it, I swear. I'll do it, I swear. I swear I'll do it.
God damn it.
People would actually probably enjoy that. I would enjoy that. Anyway, so Ghost Encounters. We're going to start off with my story first, or one of my stories first. So, it was the night before Christmas, on Friday the 13th. I thought that would be funny. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with this story, but I know for a fact that there's been a ghost that follows me. And I've confirmed this. But the story, I like to call it the Chernobyl Diaries girl ghost in the window. It's kind of self-explanatory. Okay, so it's really hard to know where to start, but so everyone know, or I guess now you know, if you don't know now. I'm in a room in my basement in the house because it was my sister's room. But before this, I was in a room upstairs on the end of the hall. And it was like one window, pretty big window. And so my bed was on the wall farthest from the window. And so like if I turned my head, I could look out the window if I wanted to. And one night, I just wake up. I forget what time, but it was probably 3 a.m. because of my spook ass, but I didn't check a clock because I was spooked. And for some reason, my brain or my head was just like, turn your head. And so I, like, of course, I turn my head, whatever. And what I see fucking spooks me to this day. Because there's no explanation besides I'm just psychotic, which can be confirmed, but that's besides the point. So I look over, and the reason I call it, or I should explain, what I see in the window is, I think it was a full moon that night because there was so much light on the other side of like the window, and it was so bright that it shined through the blinds that I had, and I see the silhouette of a girl, pitch black compared to the like white light that was coming through. And the reason I call it like the Chernobyl Diaries is because if you watch the movie, there's a scene where a couple characters run into this like zombified girl, and it looks exactly like it. And I had not seen that movie until like years after this incident happened, and it freaked me the fuck out. I don't even think the movie came out when that incident happened, so there's no way. And it's so spooky. Like curly, look, dead ass Shirley Temple ghost, I think.
Shirley Temple's ghost.
I'm getting possessed by Shirley Temple's ghost. Confirmed? Conspiracy theory. But yeah, it scared the shit out of me. And it's been following me ever since. It's confirmed. But I'll explain that after Sam's story because I fucking love Sam's story.
I don't.
I because when she first told me this story, I was like, no fucking way. This is like some B grade movie that you see when you're like 13 in the middle of the night. Like some shit movie on like Hallmark. Well, they don't make horror movies. I don't know why I said that. if Hallmark made horror movies, that story would be it.
Didn't you fucking feel like it?
Okay, please tell it.
Okay, so I don't know. This was like maybe 2 years ago, so I was like 16, something like that. So I was still living with my parents, and they went on a trip for the week before Christmas to go spend like time with her boyfriend's family or whatever. And everybody
Tammy.
went, and I had, and I was just like watching the house. And I guess my dad went to go do something with his neighbor. Me and my dad were left home alone. My dad was gone.
Daniel disappeared. Fucking Scotty.
Dan dipped for like 2 days to go do something with his neighbor. So I was by myself, and I was upstairs, and I got kind of concerned because we've heard like footsteps in the attic or whatever, but we always just left it alone because if we didn't mess with it, they didn't mess with us. These were not light footsteps.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you.
These were not light footsteps. Like, these were stomping and heavy and running around, and I was like, no. So I went downstairs. I took all my shit, and I was like, I'm sleeping downstairs. And when I was down there, I was watching TV, and we had like the Christmas tree set up next to the TV, and that was on as well, because, you know, I was in a good mood. So I left the tree on, and
Christmas spirit. Christmas malevolent. I don't know. Bad spirit. Christmas bad spirit.
Krampus?
Krampus. Might have been, honestly.
But while I was down there, everything turned off. TV, the lights, everything except the Christmas tree, and the sound from the TV was still playing.
Ooh.
And I was like, at first I chalked it up as like, sometimes the TV does stupid shit. It was like a smart TV or whatever. I was like, maybe it's just bugging the fuck out.
That's not smart TV.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a dumb TV.
I was like, maybe it's bugging. So I just ignored it. And then the tree started flickering. I was like, oh, there it go. It's turning off too.
There we go. Please.
And then the lights flickered themselves. It came back on, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Went to call my friend because I was like, I don't want to sleep in this house anymore. And so I started getting ready. I was trying to get a hold of my friend. And then I hear this creak from...
Hang on, pause. What sound just came out of your mouth? Huh?
Fear from reliving the moment. Anyways, because I was downstairs in like the kitchen, because that's where we kept all our shoes and stuff, and I was just getting ready, and then I hear a creak from because it was a long hallway. I hear a creak from one end, which was my dad's bedroom, which was not normal because I kept all the doors shut if everybody was gone. Heard that creak, loud thumping all the way down the hall into my mom's room. And then I heard the door slam.
Chief.
And then I heard the bathroom door in it open. Like, because they had their own bathroom in there.
To go say the poo?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wasn't going to go ask.
You need toilet paper up there? Do you think ghosts wipe their ass? I'm sorry. That my ADHD brain was just like, why not ask that?
Probably.
Anyway, back to spooky time.
But it slammed, and I left the house so fast. I went to my neighbor's house, and I was like, hey, I'm having a sleepover.
It's sleepover time.
Until I got a hold of my friend, and then I walked my happy ass 1.5 miles to her house, because I was like, no.
So you didn't pack anything?
I took my phone and a blanket.
And whatever dignity I had left.
Pretty much. I had locked the door, and I was like, no. I don't think I told you about this part, but while I was, like, leaving... I heard something like thud against our back door, which was scary because our backyard was fenced in. And I was like, no.
I would have shit myself. I think I would have passed out from fear.
I was like, no. But the thing is, after I left the lights on because I was like, fuck it. That's Tammy's problem now.
That's fucking Tammy's problem.
I was like, I'm done. Lights stay on. It's fine. Yeah, no, the lights were off when I left my neighbor's house to go to my friend's house. I was like, yeah. No.
Jeez. I could never... Imagine if we were together in that situation.
We would have died.
Yeah. But knowing me, I'd accidentally piss off the spirit even more. Be like, hey, you don't pay electricity. Turn it off. And he'd turn everything off, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, sir. Or ma'am, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Wait, so... Okay, so I assume you didn't go back after a couple days or some shit.
No, I went back when my parents came, or when Dan came back the next day, I should say.
The next day?
Yeah.
What was Dan's reaction when you said... Or how'd you feel walking back into that house?
I never told him.
Well, Dan, if you're listening, Daniel, that shit went down. Spooky shit went down.
And, yeah, I just walked back in the house, and I played it off as I just didn't, like, want to go upstairs, I guess. But I slept on the couch for, like, 3 days. Because I didn't want to go upstairs.
With the lights on, I'm assuming?
No, because he turned them off.
Daniel, please keep the lights on. I'm scared. Okay.
No, the spirit would have turned them off. He would have been like, fuck your lights.
Oh, that's even more scary. Ooh, happy Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, so did you tell your mom?
No. I didn't tell anyone about this.
You really said, I'm gonna suffer by myself.
I was like, I'm gonna pretend it never happened. Just not gonna tell my parents at all.
Were there any other, like, incidents that happened afterwards, even when people were home? Or were there any more incidents afterwards?
There is only one incident I can think of that anyone else was home for, because, again, the footsteps continued or whatever.
Or whatever, you know.
It kind of freaks me out. It could have been coincidence, but I don't think so. I was in the hallway, like, talking to my mom. I had left my room and was, like, standing in front of her door. And the attic was, like, the latch to it was in front of my door, kind of, like, halfway in front of it, but on the ceiling. And I was talking to her, and it randomly unlatched, and an angel statue fell out, and the head snapped off, and I was like,
oh no.
But it already only had one wing. I guess
It couldn't fly.
We never we never went in the attic because we heard the footsteps and we were like, we have a garage.
Bought the house, has an attic. Not ours.
It's not ours. But no, it fully unlatched and just out came this angel statue and it like broke some more when it hit the ground. I was like,
oh. If honestly just having that happen, I would move out immediately.
I moved out before I was 18 for a reason.
I thought it was Tammy. She's part of the reason.
I more or less didn't want to get possessed in my sleep.
Possessed. No, possessed. Oh, that kind of sounded bad. Anyway.
The only other solo thing is I would on a regular hear tapping outside my window even though I lived on the second story. And there was no trees in our backyard.
You hear... Okay. Like, that would help.
Well, I mean, if there's trees, it could have been a tree, you know. We had no trees.
I was like, you think a creature would have crawled up there and be like, what's up, dude?
Yeah, hi.
No, because you hear Reddit horror stories about that kind of shit. Like, I keep hearing, or like, you ever hear those like 2-sentence horror stories? Yeah. It's like, every night at 3 a.m., I hear tippity-tappities at my window. Period. Next sentence. I'm on the 3rd floor. I would shit. I shitted.
Tippity-tappity.
If I hear... Bitch, even if I hear tippity-tappity in the fucking, like, one window I have right now, which is ground level, I lose my shit. I hear taps sometimes in there. And I literally, like, point a flashlight and I'm like, please tell me there's a burglar, because if it's a ghost, I would fucking die.
If you're here to rob me, say something, please.
If you're here to kill me and take my money, clap twice. But the thing is, I never see anyone there.
But I feel like you would shit even harder if you heard...
Oh my god, the Conjuring movies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Clap tag?
Yeah.
Clap tag? That doesn't sound right.
I know what you're talking about. Clap tag.
Or, like, they're blind... That's a game I want to play, but I feel like I would just, like, channel my inner, like, Conjuring, and I'd be like, there's ghosts in here, dude. There's ghosts. Mom, there's ghosts. There's ghosts. But yeah, I get so scared when I hear taps on that window. Because sometimes, if it, like, let's say, realistic, it's probably not a ghost, because the ghost is just going to be, like, up front with me and be like, hey, I'm going to possess you. And you're gonna like it. But since it would most likely be a burglar or an animal, there's this thing I do. Since like when I sit in bed, like I'm facing the TV and the window's like a couple inches or foot or so to the top right of the TV. And so my being fucking possessing big dick energy, I'll be like acting normal, and then all of a sudden I'll just really quickly move my head up and stare the Kubrick stare. But the Kubrick, okay, I probably shouldn't say the Kubrick stare because no one else understands what that means. It's basically when you tilt your head down and you look up with like through your eyebrows. I do that shit. And realistically, if I rob a house and some fucking weird ass kid is doing that, I'm gonna walk the fuck away. There's weird houses. The key is weirding out your opponent and you're fine. No one fucks with the weird kid. Or you're that dumb. Confirmed.
If the stare doesn't work, just start breathing heavily at them as well.
I do that. Because, like, the tapping will stop, but I'll be like, they're still there. And I'll just fucking, like, hyperventilate, but, like, unevenly. And there was one occasion where it kept tapping, and I fucking got up, Exorcist style, and I stare out that window so hard, and then I tap back. I'm fucking psychotic, I think.
That's probably why you have ghosts. You're fucking around with them.
But you would think, even ghosts would be like, I'm not gonna fuck with this kid.
They're like, hold on. That's not supposed to happen.
I didn't sign up for this. Oh my god.
Everyone else gets scared and you're like, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you. Oh my god. I love my energy. I'm not surprised why I don't have many friends, because like no one will ever be able to match my energy except you on an occasion, but sometimes even I'm oof.
Yeah, but I'm still always there like, yep.
Okay. Go off.
I can't match it, but I'll claim it.
Yeah. Hello? I just had a notification. Go away. Alright. So, you really didn't tell your mom, though, about the occasion? Did you know if the boys, were you with the boys at the time?
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you about incidents that they've happened to them? Or they just accept it like I do?
Casey at one point came in the room and was like, hey, Grandpa's at the door. And I was like, Papa? Because like my dad's dad is still alive. He was like, no, not Papa, Grandpa. And I was like, Grandpa's been dead for like 2 years before I was born.
How old was he at the time?
10.
Did he? Because I thought he passed away before, like.
Yeah, he passed away like 2 years before I was born. And I was like, are you sure it's Grandpa?
Did a full 180. Are you sure about that?
Because this wasn't in the other house. This was at the house we're living at now. And I was like,
oh, don't say that.
I was like,
I go over sometimes to hang out.
And I was like, are you sure? Because this was at like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, if I open that door and I see my dead grandpa, I'm going to fucking drive away.
Well, what would be scarier? You see your grandpa, you see nothing, and I don't know what the third option was going to be. Okay.
It'd probably
would
be
you
scarier
okay?
to
Would it
see him?
Would it be scarier if you saw him, saw a random guy, or didn't see anything?
It'd probably be scarier to see him.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb question.
Seeing a random guy, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but imagine Casey looking out the window, seeing a random guy and going, oh, look, it's Grandpa! I would kind of lose my shit. Because at least...
this isn't the first time he's done it.
Oh.
When he was like 2, he did it before in another house, and he was like, hey, Grandpa's in my room. And at first I was like, this kid's 2. He don't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna have to fight some bitch. So I went in there, and there was nothing there, and I was like, no.
I don't know how to fight a ghost. Oh my god, dude. I should have. I would should have. I should have. Oh my god, I swear, hearing these new details is like fucking whack. Did Brian ever see anything?
Brian doesn't talk.
I think that's scary in itself. Imagine if he sees shit and holds it in.
Stop.
He's gonna burst one day. Is he possessed?
Whoa.
Oh, whoa. You live with him. I can't say that. Brian's possessed. Podest. Brian is podest.
Going off your tapping, though, isn't there, like, the shadow thing that follows you around or whatever?
Fuck you. I mean, I was already going to talk about it, but, like, I was having a good time. And I didn't have to. Okay. So, my next story is The Shadow Man. Love that. So, it's kind of going off the first story I told early on in the episode about how I saw that shadow figure in my window. And I swear to God, I truly believe that there's a shadow person following me around. Don't look behind me when I fucking say that.
I keep staring at the clown mask.
God damn.
Maybe you shouldn't own a clown mask.
It's memorabilia from the Joker. Anyway, gosh. It's spooking me out, dude. And it doesn't help that we're, like, in a dimmed room with, like, blue light. Although it'd be creepier in red. Should I put it in red? No, I shouldn't. Okay, back to the story. So I believe there's a shadow person or a ghost or whatever following me around. And the reason I say this is because there's been more than one occasion where I've seen something or someone else has seen something. And so the second story I bring to the table is that we were in the same upstairs room, and not we, as in me and Sam, but me and my friend Maddie, who was in also the Girl Scout ghost story, if y'all remember that. Fucking bop, let me tell you. And I don't know why I just like blanked for a hot second, but okay, so for some reason we didn't sleep on the bed. We slept on the floor. And I always close the door when I sleep because that's just a habit. Because waking up to the door just opening, I'd shed it. I would. And so I keep it closed. And apparently, the next morning when we woke up, the door was open, I saw. And Maddie looks at me. But the thing was, she was awake before I was. So this bitch was just staring at me sleeping until I woke up. And she has the audacity to go, "Who was standing over you while you were sleeping?" And I go, "What? What did
you say to me? What the fuck just came out of your mouth?
What the... Nah. Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch." And I go, "Pardon?" She goes, "Yeah, there was this, like, dark, like, figure standing over you, just, like, between us, like, looking down on you." And I was like, at this point, I was like, all right, I gotta pack my bag. I gotta do this shit. And, like, as a kid, I'm like, you know what? Maybe my mom just came in to check on us because sometimes she does that in a sleepover. And she left the door open. I go talk to my mom when Maddie leaves. I learn the most devastating news. She never checked on us at all that night.
Did your dad?
No. My dad doesn't care enough to check on us.
You're right. I don't think I've ever seen him walk into the room when we had a sleepover.
I was so scared. And then this bitch, and I mean Sam, that by I mean this bitch, I tell her this story like a couple weeks ago before like this podcast because we were coming up with ideas. And so I tell her it like after she told me the Christmas horror movie story. And she goes, "Oh yeah, someone else saw that too?" And I was like, "The fuck did you just say to me?" What did you just say to me? Yeah, I see it in the corner of your room. Like this room. And I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker. You motherfucker." Because I'm living in the room currently downstairs that she said that she saw it. And when we record these episodes, I'm facing the fucking corner.
Keep an eye out.
Huh?
Said you could keep an eye out.
Yeah. But the thing is, that corner I've noticed is always the darkest corner in my room. And it's right next to a window. And when I'm laying on my bed or sitting up on my bed watching TV, it's the corner that it's the corner right behind my TV next to my fucking window, now that I think about it.
Because we were talking about the fact that I stayed over here, and I was like, oh, like recently. And I was like, oh, yeah, saw that down here too.
And then whenever she spends the night, which is rarely, probably because of this, she goes, "Can you sleep on the outside? I don't want to look at the corner or be near the corner." And I'm like, Go home. Get the fuck out of my house.
It's also probably because I just go home at like a stupid late hour instead of staying the night.
But this bitch has the audacity to remind me every time she's over. Did you look at the corner? How's the shadow man been doing?
That are all
fucking great.
That are all just look at it and she's like, shut the fuck up.
I'll look at her and I'll know what she's fucking thinking. So that's why we never have sleepovers anymore. Okay? Never. Never ever. You're not allowed in my house again.
So that's the end of the podcast.
Yep. This is the end, guys. TNSP is canceled. I fucking hate it. Rips off headphone and fucking storms out of my own goddamn house. So those are our stories for y'all. If you want more, please let us know. Because we love telling you the spooky stories while we're in a spooky light in a spooky room with a spooky ghost. Yes, we love it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Support our Anchor, support our Patreon, so that we can make better, longer, cooler episodes for y'all. Join our Discord. The link might be iffy, but if you really want to join it, DM one of us on Instagram and we'll give you the link for it. What else is there? Oh, follow us on Instagram. The Naturally Stupid Podcast. No cap, no space.
No cap.
No cap. Follow us. Follow us on Twitter. What? Podcast TNS.
Yeah.
We don't have Snapchat, although we probably should. We have TikTok now.
We posted a video on it.
Yeah, cooking by the book. That is at TNSP TikTok. Honestly, if you like the episode, go listen to it on other platforms. Support us. Support us. Please. Bird. No, I meant burb. It's bird, but fun. Alright, we should probably go because we're fucking out of it, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it, though. I'm not missing anything, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm AJ.
Yeah, I'm Sam.
And we'll see you later, dudes.